Michael, first off, before we talk about the first team, the youth team, big game for them tonight.
Yeah, big game. Hopefully they can show a good performance and get through it. We're going up to watch as well, so the first team staff are finishing off today and go and support it. So that'd be great, but it'd be good to see some of the kids against a really good outfit. Bolton's academy is strong, so let's hopefully they can get, fingers crossed, and get through.
You've had training today. How have the players been?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good session this morning. Good reviewing of the game. As always, review plan for Wrexham, and then get on the grass and try and put into action and practice what we think we can do to try and hurt Wrexham, really.
You said after Saturday you had a few knocks. Have they come through okay?
Yeah, a couple of knocks. So they're just managed them in training or not out there on the grass, but hopefully we can get through that. And that's one of these challenges of Saturday, Tuesdays. How can we get players patched up a little bit and back out there, and try and get a team on the pitch that's going to compete.
And is it when you have these busy weeks, is that where the balance of thinking about the long term of those players, but also knowing that you might have to patch them, is a bit different compared to a Saturday to Saturday?
Yeah, I mean every club or every manager has these challenges where it's how much you risk a player that you know is not 100% fit, or how much you risk a player to be on the bench when they might not be ready. When you have the injuries, and it's always a challenging part of the year this year. And like you say, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, and that's the challenge. And that's the challenge of the job, and how we do that, and how we put a team on the pitch. And do you move players out of position because you can't get everybody in the team or everyone that's fit to play? So it is a bit like a jigsaw sometimes, but I think that's a good thing. It gives people opportunities. So I think sometimes you can be given the opportunity through choice from a manager, or it can be forced on a manager, and then you have to show your stuff and try and keep the shirt.
And I guess you'll know this from a preparation point of view, that sometimes for the opposition it can become difficult to try and second guess what you're going to do.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's likewise for us, for them. And if there's like injuries in camps, you don't know if they're quite back or not back, and that's always a challenge. And then does the team change shape, or does it change the way they want to play to fit people in the team or not? It's always a challenge to try and second guess teams at the moment. But naturally, the squads with more depth can keep to their plan. That's why it's important to us have the depth, and we went for that at the start of the season. We're probably just a little bit light on the defensive line at the moment because of Jacko and Hamer. Jacko's close but in contention, but he might not be ready to start. So we've just got to work through that as a club at the minute.
They've got a lot of know-how in their squad, a lot of experience as well. How much are you going to rely on your experienced players to help guide the team through tomorrow? Yeah,
I think so. I think, like you say, they've come up as a group generally from League Two, done really well. I've watched them 3 or 4 times this season. They're very mature in the way they play, and they know what they are. They know how they want to defend. They know how they want to attack. They're very aggressive and a lot older, and they know how to manage games. And I think what they're really good at is managing games of football and getting 3 points. Like you say, they're a lot older in that sense. So we're going to have to be mature in the way we want to play, but we're going to have to use our youthfulness as well to try and push the game and try and affect the game as much as we can. But we know it's another tough game. Wickham and then Wrexham, the top 2 teams in the league, back to back is never easy. But we've just got to try and do the best we can and try and fight for those points.
One thing you said on Saturday after the match was on the attacking side of things, and maybe your players taking chances and having a go sometimes. Is that something that you just have to put the trust in the players that they'll go and do that, and that they know that you won't be berating them on the sidelines if they do try and have a go? Yeah, no, I think that's part of me. I say to him sometimes, be more greedy, like chest the keeper. I'd like to see him be more greedy in the final third and trying to get around their back line. But sometimes we want to make that extra pass when we don't need to, and then other times we need to make that extra pass. So it's the balance, and it's not easy. I think it's the hardest part of the game is scoring goals. People forget that. The hardest part is scoring goals. But we've been scoring from different players, which is really good. But I thought the difference probably was, again, they were really clinical in those actions. And can we be more clinical? And it's the things we work on, and we keep working on it every day, and we will be, and we'll get there. And then when we start scoring more, it'll help a lot. So it's not like we've not created chances from the start of the season. It's just not one game, not 2 games, the course of now 17 games. Like, we've created a decent amount of chances. How can we start taking more of those in open play? Because in other areas like set pieces, we look a threat still. It's just having that more open play threat. And is that when, with your forward line, as well as having good finishes, you need good decision makers as well?
Yeah, it's a balance. It's a balance between everything. How we can make sure that we're scoring goals, but we're making good decisions off the ball as well, and good decisions. It's the all-round game. It's not just looking at the goals; it's looking at the all-round game of everybody, especially the forward line. Whether it's the wing backs high, whether it's the 8s and 10s getting higher, whether it's the 9s making the box at the right point. It's lots of little details that we need to improve on. Not just one thing. It's easy to say just score more. But how you get across players, how you make sure you're in the box when the ball comes in the box, whether we're hitting the front post, back post, like loads and loads of details to it that we need to keep improving on and keep helping the particular strikers with that.
Speaking with Tendai, we spoke about the atmosphere as well at Wrexham and trying to keep them quiet. I guess that's a big message, isn't it? Of course, you never want to concede early on in games, but especially when you've got a big vociferous home crowd.
Yeah, I think when we manage the start of games well, we're in games. I think when we manage the start well, and it might not always look pretty, and it doesn't always have to, but when we start games well and we manage games well at the start, whether we're home or away, we generally, are very good in games. So, it's no different here. We know what the atmosphere is going to be like. We know they're going to chuck it on us to start and put us under pressure, and we have to make sure that we're ready for that, and we have to make sure we come out the blocks fighting for everything, and then when the game settles, hopefully we can try and get some control. But for sure it's going to be a tough place, it's going to be a lively crowd, and they'll want 3 points because they know that pushes them up, and 3 points for us would be great as well. So it's not an easy game for anybody, but hopefully we can make it very tough for them and get something out of it.